Oh my God, Mila, I just heard the big news. You're going around to everyone at the class reunion and lying about yourself to save face? Oh, that's hilarious and cringe. I mean, for real now, you're poor, you're ugly, and you have absolutely no redeeming qualities. Lying about yourself is only going to make everyone hate you even more than they already do.
I'm not sure what lies you're referring to. I haven't lied about myself to anyone at this party. Could you just leave me alone? I've been looking forward to this class reunion for a while, and I was trying to catch up with some old friends. Don't waste my time by bullying me via text.
No, I'm not gonna let you turn this around on me. You shouldn't be lying. I'm just calling you out. And besides, I am doing this for your benefit. No one likes a liar, especially a poor and ugly one. I suppose I can't expect you to understand common courtesy, though, with you being dirt poor and all. I can understand if you maybe bragged about moving out of subsidized housing or finally getting off food stamps, but getting engaged to a doctor, that's going a bit too far, I'd say.
It's not like I've been going around and bragging about it. I was talking to one of my old girlfriends. She asked me how I was doing, and I told her about my fiancé. Then, a couple of people who were standing near us apparently overheard and asked me about it, so I told them too. I guess the rumor mill has finally worked its way to your ears.
Yeah, and the rumors are not very favorable for you. Everyone knows you're lying about it. They're all like, who comes to a class reunion and makes up some crazy story about their life? It is so pathetic. Like, think about it. You, Mila, the ugliest and poorest girl in our class, getting married to a doctor? Doctors don't get married to women like you. They get married to beautiful, charming women like me.
Is that so?
I'm talking to this one doctor guy right now, and I totally have him wrapped around my finger. He's a little shy and is kind of reluctant to admit how he really feels about me, but I can see that he is absolutely crazy about me. It's only a matter of time before he pops the question.
Okay, cool. Good for you, Taylor. If you don't want to believe me when I say I'm engaged to a doctor, then that's your choice. I'm uninterested in your love life, though, so go and have fun with your soon-to-be fiancé or whatever.
Uh-oh, looks like I struck a nerve. Somebody's angry. Let's count all the ways that I'm a superior woman to you, shall we? I run a super popular salon, so I can give my man the best massage he's ever had. I don't even need to tell you how much prettier than you I am. I am really good at laughing at a guy's jokes, even when they're not funny. So yeah, it's basically a done deal. Tell you what, how about I invite you to the wedding? It might be your only chance to ever see a real wedding, since God knows you're never gonna have one. Oh, but it's gonna be a really high-class wedding, so you'll need to have a nice dress to wear. Do you think you can afford one? And before you get any ideas, no, you may not wear a dress you bought at the thrift shop.
Wow, Taylor, you haven't changed in the least since we were in school, have you? I was hoping I wouldn't have to run into you today.
What a crazy coincidence! I didn't want to see you either. I only wanted the cool kids from high school to come to the reunion, not the losers like you. Look, I know you've always been super jealous of me and thought you could use tonight as a chance to impress me. But seriously, Mila, grow up. I've got better things to do than play along with your desperate attempt to be popular. You should have known better than to come here today. All you're doing is reminding all our classmates of how much prettier I am than you.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love.
I saw you walk over to the bathroom.
If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Hey, Jessica, thanks for noticing. Yeah, I actually was pretty busy today, so I'm kind of exhausted. And then there's Taylor. She's convinced that I'm lying to everyone about my fiancé. She said that there's no way a doctor would fall in love with a girl as poor and ugly as me.
Get out of here. What's wrong with her? It's like she's still stuck in high school. Unbelievable. Not that it was okay how she treated you back then, but for real. And it's not like she's in any position to be talking like that to you right now.
Oh yeah? Is something going on with her? him about what she's been up to lately.
Well, let me put it this way. She's not even close to being in your league. You've got more money than you know what to do with, and I'll bet the dress you're wearing today costs more than most people make here in a month.
I'll bet she thinks it's either a rental or secondhand.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. By the way, what was it you were about to talk to me just now? Something about your fiancé getting hounded by some weird woman who's obsessed with it?
Yeah, he's been talking about that woman to me for a while now. Like, he says that she's always trying to hug him and hold his hand. It's a really big problem. But since she's coming to his clinic as a patient, it's kind of hard for him to just completely turn her away. He's tried telling her she needs to cool it with a touching, but she won't listen.
Yikes, poor guy. I'd hate to have to deal with a patient like that. Honestly, is she even a patient? Like, is she actually sick?
Apparently, she always comes in complaining about having a sore throat. Other than that, she seems to be in perfect health, physically, anyway.
Yeah, she ought to see a psychiatrist, not a doctor. Think you guys had better move up your wedding plans? I bet seeing some big fat gold ring on his finger would teach her a lesson.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I'll have to talk to him about that.
Use those legendary feminine charms of yours. He'll do whatever you say. Okay, enough talk about that. We've got a lot of drinking to do. We just got started, so hurry up and get back out here.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks a lot, Jessica. You've always been a good friend to talk to.
Excuse me? Good friend? I am your best friend, Missy.
Sorry. You've always been the best friend to talk to. Happy now?
Yeah, but I'll be even happier once we drink these shots I just ordered.
Taylor, what is wrong with you? What's up with that post you just made in the reunion group chat? You want people to vote on whether they think I'm lying about my fiancé? You just completely killed the mood in the room, you know? Look at everyone's faces!
I tried my best to convince you to give it up, but you just wouldn't listen to reason. Or I guess maybe the problem is that you're just incapable of reason. Anyway, I needed to make you see how everyone felt about you in a way you couldn't ignore. So here's the deal. If more people vote that you're lying than that you're telling the truth, you have to get up in front of everyone and apologize for being a big, fat liar. Got it?
Why are you doing this, Taylor? What do you stand to gain from it?
Isn't it obvious? You're lying, and lying is bad, remember? You're lying to all our old friends, and I can't let you get away with that. You have to apologize. And I'm gonna make sure this is all settled before the night is over. So we're clear, right? You're gonna stand up, get everyone's attention, admit you were lying, and apologize, okay?
For God's sake, Taylor, why are you so determined to believe that I'm lying? I know you hate me, but this is over the line.
You don't seem to understand how the world works, Mila. So let me tell you. A person's position in society is determined from the moment they're born. Take me, for example. I have always been beautiful, charming, and the center of attention wherever I go. You, however, were born dirt poor and with ugly genes. So you're destined for a life of misery and solitude. So lying about your position is only going to make an already painful life even more painful. Don't you get it?
All right, then. Shall I have my fiancé come here to introduce himself? I was planning on leaving soon, so I just sent him a text asking him to pick me up. And he just now texted me that he's in the restaurant parking lot so he can be here within a minute or so.
Oh yeah, go right ahead and call him. You were really thorough, weren't you? You even hired an actor to pretend to be your fiancé. Do you need some rehearsal time to get your stories straight?
Nah, we're fine. By the way, Taylor, if I can prove that I was telling the truth, then you are going to be the one to apologize in front of everyone. Deal?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Just get your fake fiancé in here so we can get this over with. Hold on. Isn't that D. Carlisle from the clinic on Adams Street? Why is he with you? And he's like all hugging you and holding your hand and stuff. What the hell is going on?
Wait a second. Dr. Carlisle? You mean you know my fiancé?
Of course I do. He's the doctor who's in love with me. He was supposed to propose to me any day now. What did you do to him? Are you threatening him? Did you blackmail him into doing this? Answer me, Mila.
Oh my god, no. You mean to tell me that you are the woman who's been coming to his clinic constantly and harassing him? He's told me all about the way you try to hug him and hold his hand. You do realize that's sexual harassment, don't you?
It is not. Don't treat me like some creep. All I'm doing is putting the moves on a doctor. How am I supposed to do that without going to the clinic? We've been getting along just fine up until now.
Clinics are not dating apps, Taylor. They're to help sick people get better, not for gold diggers to find a rich husband. And no, he's not going to propose to you. He already proposed to me. We're in love, and we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. He even talked about how we met when he introduced himself. This is reality, Taylor. Are you ready to accept it yet?
This is the worst. Of all the women in the world, why did it have to be you?
First things first, Taylor. We had a deal. Isn't there something you need to do right now?
What are you talking about?
Your apology. I just proved that I was telling the truth about my fiancé. Our deal was that whoever was lying would have to apologize in front of everyone. Do you want to scroll up and see where we talked about that, or should I screenshot the texts for you?
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are, huh? Do you think you're better than me? Just because you're engaged to a doctor doesn't mean you get to look down on me.
I am completely uninterested in comparing our respective positions, Taylor. Lying is bad, remember? If you lie to your friends, you have to apologize. You said it yourself.
God, you are so obnoxious. All right, fine. Here it goes. I'm sorry. There. Are you happy now?
You've got to be kidding me.
I am so super duper sorry. Never in my life have I been as sorry as I am now. Genuinely. Okay, so now we're even.
That's not an apology. You're just being sarcastic.
Well, I held up my end of the bargain and apologized. If you're not happy with that, it's your problem, not mine. Seriously, what is it with you poor and ugly girls and holding on to a grudge forever?
I can't help but notice that you have slightly different standards for your own actions versus the actions of others. But then again, that's how you've always been, ever since high school.
See, there you go again, holding on to a grudge from high school. You'd better be careful. Dr. Carlisle is a nice guy. He might not want to marry you anymore if he finds out you're such a spiteful, vindictive freak. You know, I don't know why I'm feeling so down about this. You're not married yet, so I still have a chance.
Tell me you're not serious.
I am dead serious. I don't know what sort of miracle occurred to get him to propose to you, but you can't honestly think he's gonna go through with it, right? Like, you know he's not gonna actually marry you. And I'm gonna see to that personally. This is as good of an opportunity as ever for me to work my magic on him. Maybe I'll invite him to a private massage session in a nice hotel.
You're such a slut, Taylor. Women like you give women a bad name.
What was that, Mila? Did you just say I'm super jealous that you're more attractive than me and could steal my man whenever you wanted? Yeah, that's what I thought you said. I think a side-by-side view of me and you is the perfect thing to wake up my Dr. Carlisle from whatever delusions he's under right now. Enjoy the last few seconds of your engagement, Mila. Hey, what gives, Jessica? Why did you upload that video of me and Mila to the group chat? You cut that clip way out of context. It makes me look like the bad guy. It wouldn't matter how I clipped that video, Taylor. You look like the bad guy because you are the bad guy. I just thought that showing you the video would give you an objective perspective on the situation. You are making zero sense right now. If you've got something to say to me, then come right out and say it. All right, here goes. You're a bitch. Excuse me? You just went up to Mila's fiance while she was standing right there and offered to sexually service him. And then when he obviously said no, you insisted and said you could go into the bathroom and do it right now. And finally, when Mila finally had enough of your atrocious behavior and told you off, you dumped a glass of wine on her dress. So thanks to you, what up until then had been a pretty fun class reunion is now ruined. Thanks a lot, Taylor. It's all Mila's fault. She shouldn't have gotten in my way. She was totally out of line by trying to get with Dr. Carlisle, and I had to show her her place. Earlier tonight, Mila said that you hadn't changed at all since high school, but actually, I disagree. I'd say you've gotten even worse. It's just as I thought, isn't it? You're dead broke and desperate for cash. So desperate that you're willing to engage in the sort of self-destructive behavior you just put on display. That's not true. I was born in an ordinary upper-middle-class family blessed with good looks, talent, and charm. You must be confusing me for Mila. I'm not a complete reject like her. It seems like you're out of the loop, so I feel like I should let you know that Mila isn't poor. Quite the opposite, actually. She's a doctor now, so she's pretty well off. What? Mila is a doctor? That's right. She went through some hard times when she was younger due to her parents' divorce, but she studied her butt off, got accepted to a prestigious med school, and worked her own way through college. Now she's a doctor, and she's working in a pretty large local hospital. Everyone here knows that and gives Mila the respect she deserves. Everyone except you, that is. On the same note, that's why no one was all that surprised when she told us that she was engaged to a doctor like herself. You could have known that if you could have just gotten over your own bizarre pride and just listened to her. But it's not my fault that I didn't know that. She never told me. No one told me. Okay, well now you know. And now that you know, don't you think you ought to get to work apologizing? You have spent most of the evening calling her a liar. Plus, once her fiancé showed up, you called her a gold digger. As if you've got any right to call her that. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to say that I was only going after Dr. Carlisle for his money? I mean, yeah, it's true, isn't it? You faked having a cough so you could hit on him at his clinic. And then you even walked right up to him and offered him a massage. God, you are disgusting. Absolutely shameless. Stop talking to me like I'm some kind of she-devil. I've got plenty of issues of my own to deal with, you know. Oh, you mean like how your salon is going bankrupt? It's not going bankrupt. I've heard from a lot of people that your salon service is some of the worst around. One of them said you had been pestering them to come and get a massage for ages, so they finally broke down and paid you a visit. Your massage was so heavy-handed that it left bruises, and they woke up the next morning with more aches and pains than they had before. With customer reviews like that, it's no wonder you're going under like a sinking ship. No way, I don't believe you. All my customers always thank me and say it felt great. You know how a 4-year-old draws a picture and you can't even tell what it was supposed to be, but you compliment it anyway? That's sort of the same thing. Why are you being so mean to me? Everyone loves me. Back in high school, I was always the center of attention. I was the most popular girl in our class. While you were around, yeah, but that was only because playing along with your popular girl routine was easier than being honest with you. Think about it. You were always inviting people to your parties, but did anyone ever invite you to theirs? They were obviously just afraid of me, seeing how lame their parties were compared to mine. I get it. You're jealous too, just like Mila. I've got my own successful salon, and you've got nothing. But unlike you, I've got a big heart, and I'm willing to overlook your unkind words. In fact, I am so big-hearted that I'll even give you a discount if you ever came for a massage. Half price for the best massage of your life. What do you say? I'm astonished, Taylor. That's all I can say. How much are you willing to debase yourself in order to preserve your self-image? It looks like it's going to take much more drastic measures to get through to you. I'm gonna go talk to Mila about something real quick, so you just wait right there. Huh? What are you gonna do? Jessica, don't ignore me. Hey, you've got some nerve. You actually asked the group chat about whether they want to go to my salon or not? And don't think for 1 second that I believe these results are genuine. You pushed everyone into this, didn't you?
I'm afraid that's everyone's honest opinion, Taylor. You've been doing your best tonight to advertise your salon to everyone at the reunion tonight, but it looks like you need to work on your sales pitch because not one single person answered yes.
This isn't fair. Why is this happening to me? And everyone replied to my question saying that they believed you. That doesn't make any sense, though. Why would everyone favor you over me?
If you would have just paid a bit more attention to the people around you, you could have seen this coming. Yeah, you were the center of attention back in high school, but that's not because everyone liked you. It was just because they were afraid of what you'd do if they crossed you, and I quickly got used to your constant jabs at me about being poor and ugly and just shut it all out eventually.
You are lying. You weren't ignoring me. You just had nothing to say because you knew I was right.
I had plenty to say. I just didn't want to waste my breath responding to your childish insults. And really, Taylor, are you still holding on to your supposed high school popularity? We're all adults now. We graduated high school and college, got jobs, and moved on. We're 30 years old, for crying out loud. We can't be bothered with your pettiness any longer. And we won't be either. I know you won't take a hint unless I'm as explicit as possible, so pay close attention, Taylor. We don't like you. We never have. We don't want you hanging around us anymore. Leave us all alone.
You can't talk to me like this. You're Mila. You're ugly and poor and no one likes you. It's not fair. Why do you get to marry a doctor while I'm struggling to keep my salon open? I have worked so hard to get to where I am, but no one gets that. No one realizes how awesome I am. I'm hurt, Mila. Really hurt. I thought all these people were my friends. You don't deserve to have a rich, handsome doctor for a husband. I do. Where's my rich, handsome doctor husband? I mean, you're a doctor too. You don't need to marry one. You can let me have Dr. Carlisle.
It's not my place to let you marry him.
You just want to have it all, huh? You want money, power, love, a bunch of friends who respect you. You can let me have something, can't you? How selfish are you?
It's so exhausting to deal with you, Taylor. You have repeatedly refused to offer a genuine apology for your own bad behavior, and despite that, you're now making demands of me. Did you think that was going to work? I hope you know my fiancé and I would be well within our rights to sue you for slander and sexual harassment.
What? You're gonna sue me?
Don't act shocked. You know you deserve it. I could also add assault to the list of charges if you'd like. You threw that glass of wine on me, remember? I spent a ton of money on this dress, and now it's ruined. And no, I did not rent this dress. I worked hard and saved up my own money to buy it for myself, and you're going to pay for a new one.
How expensive was that dress, by the way?
It was a Chanel dress that cost me over $10,000.
$10,000? Oh, that is ridiculous. There is no reason for one lousy dress to cost that much. And I mean, why would you wear such an expensive dress to a freaking class reunion anyway? Was it just to show off?
Unlike your massage services, some things are worth the price tag. This dress is one of those things. And for the record, I had a work event earlier in the day, and I came straight from there. A bunch of the hospital executives were going to be in attendance, so they had a pretty strict dress code. Man, I thought this class reunion would be a nice way to unwind after hours of high-stakes business conversations, but I ended up having to deal with this. Yeah, I think I am gonna press charges for assault after all.
You can't do that. I didn't assault you. You're not hurt, are you? I can't believe you would accuse me of assault. I think I'll sue you for defamation for that accusation.
I think you ought to look up the legal definition of assault. In any case, there are some things that can be fixed with an apology. However, there are also some things that aren't so simple. Ruining my dress and attempting to ruin my reputation fall into the latter category. You're an adult, you're old enough to take responsibility for your actions, and that's exactly what you're going to do.
Mila, please don't sue me. If you do that, things are only going to get worse for me. Once word gets out that you're suing me for assault and defamation, I'll never get another customer again. I'm going to have to shut down the salon.
And honestly, I think that's the best possible outcome. You're such a bad masseuse that you give your customers bruises. I know that this is a free market and there aren't really any qualifications for opening a massage parlor, but I think at the very minimum you should know what you're doing. Maybe losing your salon will be a good opportunity for you to go back to square one and actually learn how to give a massage.
But I don't wanna. Okay, you win. I'm gonna do what you say and study about giving massages and stuff. So will you please not sue me?
Let me think about it. Okay, I thought about it, and the answer is no.
Come on!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to call my lawyer and the police, and there's a lot of paperwork I need to file. I'll have my lawyer send your wedding invitation when he serves you with the lawsuit. Ah, that's right. It's gonna be a pretty high-class wedding, so I doubt you'd be able to afford a dress that meets the dress code.
Hey, did you hear the news? Jenny said she walked by Taylor's salon and it's already shut down.
Wow, already? That was quick.
I guess it was a long time coming. She's never gotten any positive reviews, and people say they don't think she's had any actual customers in weeks.
I'm confused how she managed to stay afloat this long. Like, where does she get money to live on? Does she live with her parents?
No, I think she lives on her own. And another thing, I think she's been working in one of those girly bars. You know, the ones where men go to have an attractive young woman wait on them? Well, a guy I know went to one the other day, and he said that he saw a girl there who he was pretty sure was Taylor. She kept putting the moves on the customers, like, "Hey there, big boy, wanna come to my massage parlor later on?" But then more recently, she tried to snipe one of the other girl's regular customers, and the bar has a strict policy against that, so she got canned.
Huh, that doesn't really surprise me at all, actually. It actually makes it easier to understand why she was trying to get married to a rich doctor.
Right? She's so transparent. It also shows why she's so comfortable putting the moves on your fiancé right in front of you. It wasn't her first rodeo, as they say. It was only a matter of time before something bad happened to her because of it.
Yep, if she would have focused more on improving herself than taking what belongs to someone else, none of this would have happened. And again, Jessica, I really want to thank you. Not just for what you've done recently either. Back when I was in high school, there were times when I didn't have any lunch at school because we didn't have any food at home. You were always willing to share your lunch with me, though.
I couldn't let you starve, could I? A growing girl needs her nutrition and all that.
You might think it was an obvious thing to do, but I was always super grateful for that. And it's thanks to the support of people like you that I was able to make it this far in life. So, thank you, Jessica, for everything. You're the best friend I could ever ask for.
Oh, come on, you're gonna make me blush, or cry, or both. You're welcome, Mila. You're a great friend, too.
That's something I've learned these last few days. It's important to say you're sorry when you've done something wrong, but I'd say it's just as important to say thank you when someone is kind to you. Having lost her salon and her job at the bar, Taylor was in trouble. She tried to go to her parents and asked to move back in with them, but they apparently slammed the door in her face, which is something I can't really blame them for. It turns out, back when she first opened that salon, her parents tried to talk her out of it because, she didn't know how to give a massage. But she was insistent and even managed to guilt them into financially supporting her, promising she would pay them back. Needless to say, she never paid them back, so they completely cut her out of their lives. My lawsuits against her were all successful, so now she's working multiple part-time jobs in order to pay me what she owes. It's still not enough though, so she's burning through her entire contact list trying to find someone who will lend her money. They all know better than to trust her to pay them back, though. It's too bad. If she spent the same amount of time learning how to massage instead of begging people for money, she'd be pretty successful right now. I don't hear very much about her these days, so I don't know where she is now or what she's doing. As for me, my husband and I finally got married a few weeks ago. The wedding was exactly how I imagined, and it was great to have so many friends and family members there celebrating with us. From now on, I hope to take every chance that I can to show them just how much I appreciate the people who are close to me.